224. Connect with us on YouTube and Facebook at Blackman TV. We are on TikTok as BTV Kenya and also Blackman Studios on Facebook as well. Blackman Digital Graphics
brings you what is in the People Daily newspaper. That is brief of People Daily newspaper review. It is you to do the rest. Find time, grab a copy and read more comprehensively. Remember, you can follow us on social media platforms. On YouTube, visit us on BTV Kenya. You can subscribe, like, leave a comment, let us know where we are reaching you from. Whether you're following on Facebook page, we are also there, Blackman TV. Please remember to like, follow, leave a comment. You can also reach us on TikTok, BTV. You can also reach us on Instagram, BTV. Welcome to BTV, your home live TV. I'm your host, Gagi Isaiah. And this morning, we are privileged to have with us one of our own, that is Akoko. We have been with Akoko the whole of last week, and once again is back. We say thank you so much, Akoko, for coming and being with us. Welcome. Say hi to our viewers.
Hi, our viewers. My name is Frederick, and welcome to BTV.
Oh, thank you so much, Kosigi, for being here. Now, there is a lot that we have in store for you that is in the vibrant morning. Remember, today our co-host Lennox Odede is not with us, is out there to gather for us more of what is in the newspaper. More of what is happening in the county. Now, let me just kickstart what we are having today. Kosiki.
Yes.
Last week, we did see CS Mbadi was in town, in Migori County, in Migori Town, as the chief guest for the graduation that was taking place at Migori TTC. You were there. What can you say about it?
Before we get into that,
yes,
there was a tragic incident that happened in Homa Bay County just the other day, where we heard a law enforcement officer, a police officer, who actually decided to hang himself after he alleged to have killed his two children, plus a child from the brother-in-law's side. We needed to manage our anger. Let us not be controlled by
our anger, our emotions.
By our emotions.
That was very unfortunate.
It's quite unfortunate that we lost that young man. And remember, he left a letter behind. He left a letter. This gentleman, both, that someone was moving with his wife. So I don't know how we are supposed to be controlling our marriages. How do we keep our marriages? Because nowadays things have made tremendous steps. Some of us, I don't know what's happening, but the deceased left a letter behind. And this is what he left behind. He wrote, he says, 1, bury me with my kids in one grave. 2, no coffin, just wrap us with blankets. Bury me with my kids in one grave. That is one wish. The second wish, from that letter itself, you can see wish 3. He said all my properties to be divided equally between Toy and Daddy. Apart from my laptops and a disc and screen, just anything electronic should be given to Toy. My touch screen phones to be given to Ouma Kwanga, and touchpads to be given to Orwenda. Anyway, before we get into that, no, there is something here that I want us to discuss a little bit. In his conclusion, he said, "I'm sorry for my siblings and the mother. It was just too much for me to hold, watching everything I struggle for, scramble before very face. A war, you are free to marry Lino and live a happy life without being disturbed. A war.
So from the letter, it seems that he only murdered the kids,
yes,
and himself.
Yes.
And he left the wife.
He left the wife. The state officer was suspecting there was an illicit relationship between Leno,
the wife and the said man.
And the said man. The said man is called Leno here.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you could be Leno, how would you feel if somebody actually, because this gentleman had already married this lady, paid dowry, they were blessed with 2 children. And from this letter, it's like Awar's parents actually agreed with the relationship that was between Awar and Lena, despite the fact that the said officer had already paid dowry.
Now, I think before we even get into that, the key thing that we should discuss or look into is how to manage a relationship, especially when you come to learn that maybe your wife or your husband is having an affair with another person. What is the first thing that we should do?
Dialogue.
I think that is the key point, because
Dialogue.
Because you see, the guy had a life to live, but he made a choice which actually has shocked many people, which has ended his life and the life of the innocent children. And I believe a lot of people are going through mental stress, and that is one thing that we have to address. That is one thing that needs to be addressed, because your wife is cheating. Just cheating your wife should not cause you to take your life and the life of your wife. So people need to be...
Have you ever been depressed? What do you understand by the term depression itself?
Depression happens when you accept to take everything and personalize everything. I'm a counselor. I did counseling psychology. And you realize that many people don't appreciate the role of counseling. As a counselor, one thing I was taught is that we don't give you solutions, but we help you to come to terms with whatever you are going through. This person was not ready to come to terms and accept that this is happening.
But this gentleman has been agitating not even family problems, but he even had the problem with his boss. He had a problem with his boss. In fact, I never concluded this letter.
Yeah.
In his conclusion, this guy said, okay, I'm sorry for my siblings and a mother. It was too much for me to hold. Watching everything, I struggled for scramble before my very face. A war. You are free to marry Lino, and live a happy life without distance, so that he can give your parents enough bride price.
Continue.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, continue.
No, that was not my interest. My interest is somewhere here. Okay, he talks about to my fellow officers. Okay, I don't know what's happening with my...
No,
sir, it's okay, sir. There's a problem. There's a problem with you see...
With your eyes. So, Akoko...
I'm asking something.
Yeah, I'll read.
My employer, which, number 6, my employer to prove to the villagers that I was working in the service and not a Mijengo man or a fisherman the way they knew. Before my boss inspector Koros threatened to sack me should I fail to return by 1st April 2025, which I gave him to go ahead because his pressure on me was so high. He treated us without equality, in that there were people who could stay at home for up to 5 months, but when it was my turn at Njoroge, 3 weeks straight, if you reach at the station, he again places you on a standby for 2 weeks. He doesn't tell you everything, yet he wants you to be present. I wanted to come and are you with me?
Yes.
I wanted to come and finish him too, but I backed off because his children still needed him. Should he not change, then someday he will be finished by his juniors. So the said guy here
Now,
went through some antagonistic situation in life.
yeah, that is true.
The agony was too much
You
that
see,
he couldn't even bear.
the person, the officer had a lot of pressure.
Yes.
One from
Back
his
at home.
own family,
Mm-hmm.
2 from the in-laws, 3 from where he was working.
But why do we give our bosses time to give us to pressure us?
You see, I think that is what's happening, Akoko, is a lack of proper good working relationship between the boss and the staff. When that working environment is not conducive, when there is no good relationship between people who are working together and there is no understanding, then you'll find that things always go that direction.
In fact, even this boss Koros should appear before the court of law for interaction.
I can't
Because
get
the guy complained about him.
you see, I don't want to misquote the guy. I don't want to take the boss or put the boss on notice, but to realize that to date we go through a lot of pressure. You see somebody walking on the road, you don't know the amount of pressure that that person is going through. And we need to calm down. We need to seek for proper mental health check, mental health training. We also need to be trained on matters that can help us improve the quality of life that we live. So what happened was very unfortunate. We cannot just fold hands and say it is okay, it has happened, but people to date need to open up. We need to open up to whatever we go through.
At least
find somebody you can confide in. Find somebody you can share what you are really going through. Because now we have lost.
I totally agree with you on that. We need to share,
but not sharing with anybody.
No,
find somebody
your closest friend.
Somebody
you can even visit your pastor. You can visit your trusted friend, because most of our friends are not. You can't even trust your. If you can't even trust yourself, how dare you trust your friend?
That's what I'm saying. We need to find somebody we trust and somebody we believe can give a solution to whatever we are going through. Because these things, they are not going to stop. People are committing suicide every day.
2 days ago, we had another tragic road accident whereby 13 people confirmed dead, 14 others sustained numerous injuries following a road crash that happened between, is it Nakuru?
Yes,
Nakuru?
Around Salga area.
Salga area. What's now happening in our roads? But anyway,
you see,
death every now and again. Accident, fatal accident every now and again. What is really happening?
I may not really say exactly what's happening, but looking at
and in fact, that one I blame the police officers, because kwa hiyo gari walipata pombe hapo mbele kwa driver seat, walipata pombe. this tells me that maybe the driver himself
Yes.
was driving while drunk.
While drunk or driving while drinking.
Are you getting me?
You see.
So
That's why I wanted to bring a point.
So he's a killer.
He may be a killer, but what we should know is that, number one, these drivers, that's number one.
Mm. These drivers, go ahead.
You see, how well do we know the drivers that we give the task of taking care of our vehicles and the passengers?
That is not that is not our concern.
That is also a concern, because this, I believe this driver was employed.
Have you traveled to Nairobi?
Yes, I've traveled several to Nairobi.
What was the relationship between you and the driver?
No, I'm talking about the employer, the driver.
You have a car, you have a vehicle, you get a driver. Do you have driving license? Yes. ABC down. Have you heard? What confirms that you are the driver is your driving license. They don't take time to ask, where did you do your driving?
That
they don't
actually does not matter.
And in fact,
what happens?
Nowadays we have so many driving schools.
It's okay, Barakoko. You see, before you employ me, you have to put me to task. To show that I am
my
able.
concern as your employer, I only need to see your details.
But that,
your certificates. What proves that you are a journalist?
You see,
that is my concern.
I must have practiced journalist. I must have practiced this elsewhere before I come here. You can't just employ somebody because he has a driving license. He must prove that he has been doing this.
Let me tell you something. Before you employ anybody, you must actually ensure that he is well equipped by what you really want him to do. That is why, if you apply for a job somewhere, the first thing that you need to carry with you is your academic testimonials.
Good.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
Why do you carry your academic testimonials? To confirm it to your employer beyond any reasonable doubt that you fit that job.
That's one. That's true.
Are you getting me? So your character traits, your hidden characters will get to know as you.
You see, Akoko, there is somewhere always written, we need a work experience. Or for any job that
work experience is there in your CV.
Yes, and you'll be asked, it is stated, for this particular job criteria, we want somebody who is professionally trained, if that is the requirement, and the person must have a work experience.
Your academic testimonials will confirm whether you qualify or not.
But you have experience. I can't just employ you because you have academic qualifications. I will see.
This is a TV station. This is a TV station here. We can't employ farmers here, a farmer. Neither can we employ a teacher. We'll only employ one that has gone through journalism training. Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
You see?
So, but that one alone is not enough to substantiate your characters.
That's what
I'm saying.
I think, Akoko, we are not getting each other here. What I'm saying, you are.
You wanted to take me to a direction that I will never go to.
Okay. Your certificates are very important. Things that need to be checked.
But they speak less about your characters.
Good. That's why in any job, you'll find most jobs, they say you want somebody with a work experience. Why do they indicate the work experience? Number one, it will help them to know that you have worked somewhere. And by knowing that you have worked somewhere, there's always a part in your CV that contains the referees. The referees, they are being contacted.
Experience. You know, we are trying to discuss factors under which we're talking about the full accident.
Yes.
The problem wasn't all about work experience. The problem was all about the guy, the character of such a particular driver.
Yes.
He was driving while drunk. He also lost his life.
It is okay, I understand that fully. But I want you to give a room to to what
We
I'm
have the
saying.
traffic police we have traffic police officers everywhere. in all
You
of
see,
this.
the traffic
What do they
police
do?
officers
They
does
normally
not know.
collect money from
You see,
the motorist. Instead of ensuring the public safety, they are just collecting money anyhow. Go to Migori County here, you will find this traffic police officer just being given sadaka. How do you call it? They are taking bribes, and that is why each and every day Kenyans have to lose their life.
I understand that it might have happened, maybe it is happening, but the point is, a lot need to be done when we are employing anybody. It is not just a matter of certificates. And to know whether somebody is fit for the job, one is they have to give their testimonials.
In one of your opinion, in one of you, what do you think? What should be done by this government to ensure that we reduce these road accidents? We reduce because we can't clear it once and for all.
Number one,
how to reduce it?
Number one, what the government needs to do is to do proper scrutiny. Now, that happens before you are issued with a driving license.
What about unroadworthy vehicles?
It is okay, it's okay. You just asked me, I'm answering you. Before you are given a driving license, there must be thorough and aggressive way of understanding that this person qualifies. Number two, the road and roadworthy vehicles, we should know. That's why
driving license is just a certificate.
you see, that's
Just
what
a
I'm saying.
paper.
I've just given one thing. Number two, you see, in Kenya, if you look at the law of importation of motor vehicles, we are told like right now as we speak, you cannot import a vehicle which is below 15 years. That is from 2015 going onwards. You cannot import such vehicles into Kenya. You are not allowed. Now, that roadworthiness vehicles, that one should be checked. This vehicle that is on the road, does it meet the standard requirements that National Transport and Safety Authority requires? That's number one. That's number two. Number three, this particular vehicle, is it in a circle? And this circle, this motor vehicle circles, this PSV circles, they should be able to know that this is what we want. For you to join our circle, you must meet this criteria. Then number three, the traffic police who are on the road, they need to do their proper work. They need to do their work properly. Because if they don't do that, you realize that in most occasions, they sleep on their job. Just a little of 500 shillings is going to cost life up on Beleni. So they need to be trained. Yes, they are trained, but they need to be trained more thoroughly to know that this is life involved. And they need to enforce the law. Where the law applies, it should be enforced.
But you see law enforcement officer taking bribes every now and again.
That's why I say.
And action is not being taken against them.
You see, Akoko.
The government is very quiet about this.
Akoko cannot stop you from taking bribe.
Kenyans continue losing lives every now and again.
Akoka will ask you a question.
We are not living in a country
now,
where people,
we are very
leaders,
good.
our leaders themselves do not respect the rule of law.
Akoko, we are so good at pointing fingers to some other people, when we forget that these whole fingers are pointing at us. And that is going to push me to ask you a question, which kind of I should have not asked, but let me ask you. How many times have you heard journalists demanding that they have gone to cover an event and they want payment from the person they are taking the story from?
I've never heard of that.
Is it ethical?
I've never heard of that. I can't talk about something that I cannot substantiate. I've never seen colleagues requesting for money from different sources. Maybe if it were you, I've never heard of. Neither have I ever seen that. Everything me. So I've got no idea about what you're talking about.
You see, right now
I have no idea about that whatsoever.
it's okay, but it happens. It happens. So let us not be quick to point fingers. let us remember this, all remaining fingers are
Character
pointing at
trait.
us. You see,
What
your
makes the
character I
difference?
cannot take away.
What makes the difference between you and myself are the characters that we possess.
And that is a cocoa.
Are you getting
That is
me?
not me. You see, it
Are
is
you
very
getting me?
difficult for me
Besides,
to know your
we are
character.
all journalists,
Yes,
but there is some hidden thing in you.
yes.
The other day, former CS Muturi said, we have two routers.
Yes.
There is one router in the office and another router in the
Outside.
public. In the public.
Again.
So journalists, that's how some of them.
And again.
That's how some of us behave well in office. Well, at their own, they behave very differently.
You see,
that is not a concern.
You see,
the
one
concern here
thing-
is.
You see, you are very right to bring the issue of Muturi. I will tell you categorically, I've never agreed with Muturi from day one.
Today we are not talking about politics.
You see, so we are not talking politics. Is part of what is here. I will never agree with Muturi from day one. He had served this government. He had served the previous
Stop
government.
diverging to that.
Why didn't he complain
Let us get
during
back
that
to what
time?
we're talking about. We're talking about the issue of road accidents.
Yeah, so
that's
on the issues of road carnage, the government needs to do a lot. But the common mwananchi, the abirias, the passengers, they also have a role to play. If somebody is taking alcohol in just close to you, you'll be able to get to smell the smell of alcohol. If at all that driver was driving and drinking, the person sitting next to him might have learned that he's drinking and might have raised alarm. So it is a collective responsibility. It should not only be my responsibility, it should not only be the police responsibility, it should not only be the government, it should be a collective responsibility. So as passengers, we have a voice. If the driver is overspeeding, there's a time I was in a vehicle and the driver was overspeeding. There was a time, I was just giving you an example. There was a time, just a minute. There was a time I was traveling and the driver was overspeeding. We raised alarm. We said, no, please, you have to drive orderly. We don't need that speed. Our destination does not move forward because we are driving at a normal speed.
Do you remember?
And the driver had to hit to us.
Do you remember one called Muchuki?
Yes. Muchuki did enforce laws that helped the Republic of Kenya in the transport sector. During the time of Muchuki, I remember I was in high school. During that time, a vehicle would only carry a maximum number that's supposed to carry. There was the introduction of speed governors to all the vehicles.
There was Alcoblo.
There was the Alcoblo that came later.
There was a speed governor.
Yes, I've mentioned that.
So tell this is my friend. What is his name? There is in the incident. The season.
My friend, he's not my friend.
Yeah.
He's not my friend. Actually, we've not even met. But what we are saying
So
is that
remind him about his duties. It's a matter of buying expensive watches, expensive suit. Yet Kenyans are dying. He's in an office that he has no idea of. President Ruto has that person with nothing. All these positions that we've seen him doing, it's a matter of political rewards.
okay.
We can't keep on losing people's lives.
So how do you want to blame the president for the accident that happened? How is the president to be blamed on accident that happened?
The appointment that he made based on politics, political rewards. Are you getting me?
You see,
You are given an office that you have no idea of whatsoever, just because you supported him.
okay.
You are being given an office because you stood by his side. But okay, yet you don't have experience. If you are a journalist, are you getting me? If if you have a IT background, he should take you to that what ICT department. If you are a lawyer, go to that whatever department. If you are a doctor, with somebody like with this, we call it what is the name of this? Okay, CS Health, nani?
Duale.
Allen Duale. He has nothing, no career that relates to the office that is only.
I don't want us to discuss that because I remember
So those are the problems that we
you
are
had
going
said
through.
earlier that we are not getting into politics. So let us not bring politics into this. Now, looking onto the cover page of the People Daily newspaper, MPs on
So I've touched your friend.
over missing
I've touched
bursary
your
cash.
friend. I've touched your friend. Tell Mr. President. Okay, People's Daily.
Yes.
MPs on spot over missing bursary cash.
Yes, and we see the number of MPs who are here. One of them is Johanna Nieno.
Joanna Ngeno, this one is
Okay.
problematic. He has some problems. He
And
has
we
been
also
going
see
through some.
Alpha Miruka, Bomachoge,
Mm.
Chache.
Mm.
We also have Naisula, Lesuda, Samburu West. We also have Abdi Rahman, Mohammed Abdi, Lefe. And we also have
MPs on spot.
Aduma Uwar Nyakachi.
Aduma Wonekachi.
And Joseph Makilap, Balingo North. Bursary is missing.
In fact,
I'm waiting for you.
are you aware that are you aware that CDF is unconstitutional?
Yes, I said that the other day, and you wrapped me up.
I didn't wrap you up. What? CDF is unconstitutional. It was actually the case was determined by a court of law that the CDF is unconstitutional. I don't know why they are still being given that money. Why are they being given this money in the first place?
Now, having brought that, they say that CDF help in schools.
But it is unconstitutional.
So should it be?
There is no chapter,
Now,
there is no article, there is no sub-article in the constitution that supports the CDF.
so in your opinion, should CDF
Should be
be
wrapped.
allocated to the government?
No, not really, because it is unconstitutional. Why? Why must they be given CDF? Read that thing.
Okay.
Read.
Let me get to the story. The story is on page 4. The story is on page 4. It says millions of CDF bursaries not accounted for. In Nyakach, for example, 412,000 in special needs funds were paid to 40 schools that aid not fall under that category. Now, the Auditor General, Nancy Gathungu, has once again questioned how several constituencies spent bursaries amounting to millions of shillings that are not accounted for. In a report for the year ending June 2024, Gathungu said the constituencies had failed to provide crucial documents to support payment sent to secondary schools and tertiary institutions. A review of more than 50 national government constituency development fund payment unearthed bursaries issued, but with no crucial information to auditors, such as a list of beneficiaries in secondary schools, check dispatched, registers and acknowledgement letters from the recipients.
Which constituency is that? We're talking about the
No,
constituency.
now he's talking about generally, but he has given us example here that, for example, in Nyakach, 412,000 in 412,000 Kenyan shillings in special need funds were paid to 40 schools that did not fall under that category.
So, okay, let us come back to Awendo constituency, where I'm coming from. I want us to see what is happening at Awendo sub-county. That is Awendo NGCDF.
Where are you getting that?
20. I'll give you this thing.
Where do you get the information?
It's a document from this document came from CPA Nancy Gathungu, CBC Auditor General.
Okay.
The document came from the Office of the Auditor General. This is Awendo constituency. Report of the Auditor General on the National Development Constituency Development Fund, Awendo constituency for the year ended 30th June 2022.
2022.
2022. We have basic for qualified opinion, unsupported routine maintenance, vehicles, and other transport equipment. He said here, the statement of receipt and payment reflects other grants and transfer balances of 88,536,259 as disclosed in Note 7 to the financial statement, which includes the amount of 8,176,834 spent on emergency projects. However, no documentary evidence was provided to confirm that the expenditure of the emergency in nature. These people are misusing the city. The constituencies are misusing public funds. That is why the government ought to have respected the rule of law. When the constitution, when the court declared this thing, I don't know if it was Chacha, somebody Chacha here.
Yes.
Somebody Chacha actually made a ruling that CDF is unconstitutional. We've seen how the so-called CDF, this CDF money, in fact, it has really made MPs more or less kings and queens. You see MP boasting, actually, yet no projects, no tangible projects. Those who claim to have actually done ABCD, they are the suppliers, they are the whatever. No, are you getting that?
I'm getting.
Should NP build maybe a straight building somewhere or any school? Simiti ni yake, chuma ni yake, kokoto ni yake, bricks ni yake, kila kitu ni, all these things goes back to its account, and that is what we call money laundering. So the government should actually do away with the CEF because its advantages supersedes. Okay, this disadvantages supersedes
the advantage.
The advantages.
But we have seen some MPs using CDF appropriately. Like for example, my own MP, my Suna West constituency member of parliament.
No, stop talking about your. That is you. That is your own thought. Are you the only one from this from Suna West?
You see,
that is your own thought.
You see, from what I've seen, you see, there are some things
they should have prudent use of public funds.
I'm talking about my own, from my own constituency. My constituency.
But you've seen people agitating about Masara here.
Why are they agitating?
Brother.
Are they agitating because he has misused the CDF or because of political wrangles?
No. Yeah, people have been complaining about him. In fact, okay, let me get prepared. Next time I'll show you some ABCD. I'll tell you some. Let me go do my own research. People have been complaining here in Suna West. If you go to Uri, where Nyamekta is coming from, people complain a lot. Go to Rongo, go everywhere within the entire country, not even the country itself. People are complaining. The government ought to have obey the court rule. Why are they still being given money? Why? Instead of allocating money to our member of parliament, let that money be taken to ward, because they are the nearest people, leaders to.
I'll show you that if it is taken to the ward level, the ward administrators or the member of ward representative will be able to use them appropriately.
The problem here lies with our leaders. Do you know what happens to which country is that? We have a country here by Korea. There was something that happened in Korea. In the Korean government, if you are involved in corrupt activities, do you know what they normally do? You are being shot dead in front of everyone. In a broad daylight, you are being shot dead. So and so, on such a particular day, you did A, B, C, D. You are alleged to have done A, B, C, D. Following court proceedings and judgment, it has been determined beyond the reasonable doubt that you did A, B, C, D. It is confirmed. The only thing that we are doing for you, you are either hanged or you are being shot dead. And people respect the rule of law in those countries. Come to Kenya here. If you want to get rich, steal. After stealing, join the political class. You are safe. Steal. After doing that, join political class. Brother, you are safe. But where sasa mnaisha kawaida? Enda waibe kuku hapa nje. Kuku tu, you will be jailed forever, life sentenced. How dare a country is jailing yule ambaye ameiba kuku kwa sababu alikuwa anaishi njaa, na ameacha yule ambaye ameiba billions of shillings walking bare chested.
You see, there's some.
Why you have not answered my question? Why are they doing that?
You see, I'm not the government.
But do you think it is right?
It is not right.
It is not right.
It is not right for people to misuse
what
the
we should
public
be doing,
funds.
what we should be doing, let this CDF be stopped. So they also beg the same way MCs have been begging. No. All these development are there in the record. We have ministers, ministers, CS. Let them partner with the MCS, with what? With the member of parliament. In my constituency, we need to build ABCD. Please go. They will, even it's a matter of road. Should there be problem with roads? See the road minister. Okay. Water, go to that department. Insecurity, go to that department. But they should not be given money.
Okay, there's another.
These are the same money they are using to cause chaotic scenes. Wanajaribu kuwaunganisha mavijana wapigane because they have money but they don't know how to do things that actually can change their lives.
Okay, there's another story here on the same.
Do you concur with me? Do you concur with me?
You know, I totally
disagree with me.
No, I totally don't support misuse of public funds.
Do you support?
I will never support that. And if there is any leader that is misusing the public funds, then that leader needs to be accountable for his or her actions. And I always believe in the rule of law. The rule of law should be followed.
To the latter.
It should be followed. You see, CDF was ruled as unconstitutional. The government should enforce this.
In fact,
the government should enforce that, and that should be adhered to.
That's an example. We have so many things here.
Okay.
That is happening in Awendo constituency. Actually, anyway.
Okay. There is here, it's on page 5. Senator team wants assembly staff linked to misappropriation charged.
Senator team
wants assembly staff linked to misappropriation charged. Now, a Senate watchdog.
That's the Senate team, my producer.
Senate team wants assembly staff linked to misappropriation charged. And the story is by Rollins Otieno. A Senate watchdog committee wants all county assembly officers,
county assembly,
all county assembly officers who may have taken part in the misappropriation of funds or any other breach of law prosecuted according to the law. This, even as the committee direct a special audit of Migori and Homa Bay County assemblies which have advanced opinions. So, like the Senate now wants, the Senate now wants that those members of county assembly who have linked to any misappropriation of funds be charged, be taken to court, and they be answerable to whichever.
A Senate watchdog committee wants all county assembly officers who may have taken part in misappropriation of funds or in county assembly.
Yes, county assembly.
Is it talking about MCS?
Yes.
But
It's talking about the
MCS,
MCS.
they don't have a location.
It's talking about any member of county assembly staff. County assembly staff that begins from ministers within the county assembly.
I now totally agree with him. But before they do this, let them start with the members of parliament. Once na samaki ndio wakuja hapa kwa omena chini. Are you getting me?
They start from the national government.
They start from the government coming down here. People are not happy with this government here. By the way, the Kenyans are tired. They are fed up. Why? Because leaders do not respect the rule of law. Are you getting me?
I'm getting.
Kenyans are not happy. I myself am not happy as a Kenyan. You too, I know you are not happy. My producer here is not happy. Even if you look at his face, the guy is just crying. Because he never thought things would be like this. Are you getting me? The rule of law, let these leaders respect the rule of law. The quality of a leader is determined by how he actually respects the rule of law. Are you getting me? Only that is what is important.
You see,
this is Honorable Kajwang. This is Honorable Kajwang.
Yeah.
The county Senator watchdog committee is the chair.
Yes.
So why is he concerned about Omabi Assembly, there's MCA, or the county assembly? These people ought to have faced the governor. Are you seeing me? Wanajaribu kuacha samaki, wanakuja kwa omena here. The problems are with our governors.
What can be done?
What
can be done?
Whoever has been found of any culprits should be taken before a court of law, judged and jailed.
You summed it up.
Judged, jailed, so that they can be served as an example. That is my own thoughts, rudimental thoughts.
Now, because of the interest of time, last week on Friday, Migori was a beehive, and that's the question I began with. CS Mbadi was in Migori, made lots of promises. What is your take on the promises that you made?
Time will tell. We've seen a situation whereby these people, they talk. Mbadi is categorically said that right now we are in the government. He even revealed the secret of what happened when Migori governor, alongside our member of parliament from this particular region, paid a courtesy visit to the president, and the president told them, you Luos, you don't know how you should be in the government. You are in the government. You don't need to make a request because you are in the government. I'm the authority. Ye ni mwenye kalamu. I don't know whether those things are there in play. I'm the authority. The authority, the person was saying, I'm the authority. The minister.
Today I'm very, very happy.
I will authorize that. Just tell me your problems. I will authorize that. Along doing that, he will pen that down. He will append his signatures, and everything will be there. Everything will be done. I don't want to be such judgmental, but let us give them time. If at all, he will actually promise those. He will fulfill
the promises
that he made. He talked about some of our roads here, but the way he talked more about road network.
Yes.
Apart from road network, nothing else. But actually, being in the government, supporting government, we should not support government because they are going to ensure our roads are in good condition. We have the IDPs here, internally displaced people. Those people were displaced 2007. The IDPs, as we speak right now, they have never been compensated, particularly from the Nyasa region. They have not been compensated, the IDPs in themselves. So the first thing, before they ensure that roads are in good conditions, let those people be paid. Because they are in the government. This is a broad-based government whereby we are being lured. Our brothers and sisters, our parents who were actually went through antagonistic situation, through post-election violence, should be compensated. If you go to Kikuyu land, if you go to some other part of the country, they're already been paid. Why not lose? 2, you remember 2017 general election? Watu walikuwa wakiandamana. People were on streets everywhere. And Migori was in the timeline. Wanasema kwamba Migori people really fought for this. Actually, they listened to Raila Amolo Odinga call. As we speak right now, there are some youths that actually walk in scratches. Are you getting me? Wengine walikuwa walewawa na mapolisi hapa nje. Hapa tu kwa bridge. Go to Migori bridge here. Are you getting me? Hapo watu wakienda kwa maandamano hapa Migori, hapa ndio wanang'ang'ania hiyo bridge. Wananchi wanang'ang'ania hiyo bridge na mapolisi. Alafu kuja hapa Unyinjo hapa. Wale ambao walikuwa in the front line, some of them were killed. They have children doing nothing. Are you getting me? Wazee wamebaki. Watoto wamebaki mayatima. Kama mbadi wanataka sisi kama Wajaluo tuingie kwa serikali, let those people be compensated so that tuingie kwa hiyo serikali. Unanipata? Vile wanataka. But as we speak right now, even if what happens, most of us won't support this government come 2027. Even if they do what? Even they're saying here at we have, this is the first time in the history we have a minister for finance from the Luo region. You in it nini? That don't help us much. We want to see our youth being employed. There should be including this government. We want to see road network vile alikuwa amesema. We want to see government projects, tangible projects. Not ya soko ya nini and it's done everywhere. Let them lure us. Let them lure us. The position that was given to P1 ya power can't make us to vote this government. The first thing that they ought to have done, let the IDPs be compensated. Let them compensate our brothers, our sisters, our fathers, our parents, who actually, some of them will perish through that, during that chaotic scene. So, those are the things that this government, if they really want us to join this government, they should ensure that one is done. But voting President Ruto come 2017 just because Mbadi has been made the Minister for Finance and Opiyo Wandayi has been made for Minister for Nini will never help, because Mbadi has a single vote, the other person has a single vote, you have your vote, I have my vote. Nikenda kwa voting kwa ballot paper, I vote enthusiastically. I vote enthusiastically. I don't vote because I was told to vote. I can't vote because I've been told to follow Chama. What is political party? Here in Luo land we support Raila Amolo Odinga. My party here is Raila Amolo Odinga. Nothing else. Not party. Raila Amolo Odinga is my party.
Your party.
Akaniambia kwa kufanya hivi. But I can't, some of these leaders, they hide it behind Raila Amolo Odinga. Hey, this is a party, he in a party, he in a party. No any project that can be shown.
Okay.
Nothing they have done.
Okay.
So, brother, for you to confirm that when the government let your brothers that actually went through such agony in 2007 election be compensated, those IDPs be compensated. We want to see industries, factories being built here. We want to see factory in Nyatike. In fact, they should build a fish factory in Nyatike because for those regions we have sugarcane. We have Lake Victoria. Tunataka kuona kampuni ya samaki pale, sio Thika. Atuna ziwa Thika. Tukuna ziwa Thika. Do we have lake around that place?
Hakuna.
Why must they transport fish from here to there? Tulikuwa na jina lingine Homa Bay pale. Hii kampuni ya cotton ilikuwa Homa Bay pale. Hiyo kampuni lazima iregezwe pale. Ikue pale. Not these small things at its yes inatoka hapa kwetu ya nini inaenda pale. No, that one has never been a factor here.
Okay.
So we will vote using our conscience. We will not vote using at words from those people that have been employed because of
to
conclude by I totally disagree
it's
with
okay.
what really
It is
happened
yesterday. You have a right to disagree.
Yesterday something happened.
No.
You saw what happened to Gachagua.
Before you go to Gachagua, we realize somebody did hint out that maybe come 2032 you'll be vying for the president.
He never said such a word. You were not keen.
I was very keen.
His wish is to be one time. He wished to be the president of this country. One day, one time. He never talked of 2032. That was if wishes could be horses. Then
but you see, from
that is his
analogy.
Dream. That is his dream.
You see,
everyone has a dream.
Yes.
Somebody was daydreaming. Everybody was daydreaming. Brother,
that could be
if you want to go far, first you must have a dream.
So
it is good to dream. Mbadi was dreaming.
That would be the president.
That was his wishes. Actually. And we all pray for him. May God open his ways. Nambadi is in a good condition right now. He is better placed. Please play your cards very safe. Who knows? Ukienda pale Western, fanya vizuri. Ukienda pale wapi, fanya vizuri. You are now better placed than any other person in the entire Nyanza. But is now better placed. You need to begin from your home yard here. Backyard here, but at home. But he left here when some people are crying. My friends, they never crying here.
I don't bring Odede today.
I was also crying. He left me crying. Then how comes
I asked you a question and you said you don't anything like that. Now you're saying you are crying.
No. I'm talking about something else. No, I'm not talking about something.
So why are you crying?
Please, that's not
what are you crying about?
I'm crying because of ABCD.
What are the ABCD?
Are you getting me? I can't disclose ABCD. Maybe I was hungry. He left me hungry. Are you getting me? Brother. Yes. So please begin treat people well. Mali penye unatoka. Sasa ukienda yeye you have support. Gachagua has now tyranny of numbers. He's being supported by members from his backyard. Are you getting me? Lilia watu wako kwanza. Mimi nikikuja hapa. By the way, people, okay, kuna wale ambao wanafikiria kwamba mimi na I'm in local with the government. But mimi nalilia watu wetu wa kwanza wasakwa pale. Are you getting me? I want to see people from Sakwa being ABCD. Sitaki yeye kelele ya Sakwa pale. Unaona? Watu waende watatue hiyo shida ya Sakwa. ikue sawa. I don't want to see our brothers fighting against each other because those people were friends and were living like
just
like
on that
brothers.
note. On that note.
So Mbadi, as you dream, please ensure home is baked.
Okay. On that note.
The same way to Opio and but we will not be forced to vote
it is
according
okay.
to their wish.
It's okay. On that note, you just mentioned that you not like to see your brothers fighting, and we did see Mbadi coming out. We did see Mbadi coming out, and Mbadi was telling the leadership of Migori County.
I agree fully with him. I agree fully with him. Mbadi said categorically.
Yeah.
Everybody, hata wewe unataka kuwa saizi wewe mwenyewe ukisema unataka kuwa governor, you want to govern this country 2027 and beyond, you begin now. You know, people thought Mbadi would say Nyamita, stop early politics. Nyamita has that constitutional right to walk, to oscillate everywhere. Nyamita karibu Sakwa, Nyamita karibu Suna East, karibu Suna West, karibu. Look for votes. The constitution allows you to do that.
But is it the right time to look for votes?
There is nothing at the right time. He's making friends. He's not looking for votes. Nyamita is not looking for votes. Nyamita is visiting friends, visiting places. Everything mean. You come here, visit Mr. Producer, I go there, visit your friends from Kura region, go to Jateke, visit those people. He's paying them visits. He's not campaigning. Have you ever had Nyamita telling somebody to vote him? Have you seen that? I've been following Nyamita every now and again. I've never had a statement from Nyamita saying, please vote me, come 2027. I've never had that. Neither have I ever had Uchilo saying, vote me, 2027. Uchilo is actually, he's the governor. He's busy meeting his people. He's busy doing A, B, C, D. That is okay? That is okay. I can see time has gone, brother.
Yes, actually, I wanted to say that. Thank you so much for sparing time to come and share with us and dissect this. My dear viewers, thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV. Thank you so much for keeping tuned to the Vibrant Morning. Now, Akok, I want you to say your last word as we wind up.
Thank you for tuning into BTV. Let's meet at Onage Radio, saa 2 mpaka saa 6. Nami Kusiki Friend Akoko.
Akoko, you only shocked me.
The remaining story tutakutana pale 19.1 FM.
Okay, thank you so much, my dear viewers. Once again, we have come to a close of the Vibrant Morning today. Let us meet you again tomorrow, the same time, the same place. Remember, Akoko will always be here to keep the show live.
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful Monday. Have a lovely week. God bless you. Thank you so much.